The RCBC radio network proudly brings you A Little Time in a Small Town. Welcome to the Bumpkin Patch, a small town where your average Joe is grown and brewed, especially at the town diner, Circles, in the square. There's a few groups that regularly convene at Circles. They will be our dining partners this evening, and we will be their guests. It begins with a couple, and a young one at that. These two smitten kittens have been together 7 months, but if you were to ask Josephine, she'd say, almost 8 months. It's just a week away, so it's simpler to round up. Young Josephine, with her golden blonde locks pulled into a tight ponytail, goes simply by J. Why would I have people spend all that time saying my name when they could just be getting to the point? She's your typical type A kind of gal, while her beau Robert, called on by his pals as Bobby, is much more social, described as a sweetheart by everyone in the town, especially his loving mother, who has no idea what mischief he gets up to. Neither does Josephine, though she has been let in much more, because he needs someone to polish up his shiners with makeup. He can't go showing up to his job at Jones's Locks with one of those. Now, over at the counter, we have Paul. Paul's the town's locksmith. He's been unlocking unlucky duckies for over 38 years now. He's got his regular meatloaf and mashed potatoes. He hasn't made a full meal on his own since his wife passed a year ago. He jokes, "I couldn't cook before, so why teach this old dog new tricks?" His regular waitress, Anna, thinks it's actually because he can't stand to eat alone, but she doesn't mind the consistent company. Paul has 2 grown sons, one in town and the other all the way across the country. Paul Jr. couldn't get away soon enough, while his younger brother, John, plans on taking up the family business, as most kids do in this town. Oh boy, Anna sure is busy. She only gets to stop by her favorite customer for just a second before she has to dash off to another. She came here for a new start 10 years ago and never left. She's recently engaged to the local history teacher, who's on his second and she hopes his last. Bill and I have been going steady for 2 years, so I thought it'd be time to tie the knot. He asked me, I said sure, so we're set for June. We couldn't be happier. Oh, she gets off her shift soon. We better mosey on so she can clean up after a long day of serving the fine people of Bumpkin Patch. Tune in next week for the next installment of A Little Time in a Small Town, where we hear the everyday happenings of Bumpkin Patch's town market, Food Fresh.